Hello and welcome to my little client chat with one of my favorite clients, Adrienne Rivera, who is an incredible, there you are, credible breathwork certifier and business coach. And we are talking today because Adrienne has had, enormous success in what, 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Weeks. Okay, so she just came in and we are just going to get some gold from her on what's happened and all that. So first question, Adrienne, why don't you tell everybody where you were 2 weeks ago when we first met on that fateful conversation?
Yes. So 2 weeks ago, I was in a place where I felt like I knew things needed to shift. I'd had success in my business before, but I kind of felt like I was at a plateau where I was kind of like walking in my business and not really going for it. And I felt like not motivated. And the first conversation that I had with Jeanne, it like completely activated something within me where I felt like I was in this void of like a vortex, like of energy. And I was like, wow, her leadership is amazing. And I felt instantly called to a higher level. And in 2 weeks, as a result, I had $39,000 cash collected and $62,000 in my bank account of new revenue in business total. So yeah, in 2 weeks, that was like completely way more than I was used to. And before that, because I didn't feel like I had the self accountability and the tools that Jeanne teaches, it was a lot less inconsistent and it wasn't like I was showing up every single day like I am now. So super grateful for the results that have been created so far.
Yeah, and you've been a great client. You've done the work and you've asked questions, and it wasn't easy. I told you some hard stuff sometimes, and you took it and ran with it. And I was very impressed. But so before me, the most you'd ever made in 4 years was, I think, a 20K month.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. And you got to something like 68K in sales so far.
Yeah.
Right. Something like that in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So everybody, Adrienne and I, we are working together to our first 100K month, which will be the first month of working with me as well. Okay. I'm so excited, by the way. I want to cry when I get these kinds of results with people because it's not me. It's also my team. We have a wonderful team. So Adrienne, what shifts have taken place to make this unlock in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of leadership shifts. And so not only is it allowing me to call my clients to a higher level on enrollment conversations with potential clients, but I also feel that I've become a better coach, like letting go of any residual people pleaser and really just calling my clients to higher levels. And it's really cool too. I feel like I can almost, as I'm shifting out, I feel like I see the old version of myself in my clients and I can call them to more like, you're hiding, let's get you out of your shell, that kind of thing. So a lot of energetics, a lot of leadership, a new mindset around strategy. In fact, the strategy that you teach is very simple, and yet I wasn't doing it before. And so there, like, what I love about you is that you didn't buy into my bullshit. You didn't say, oh yeah, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to. Like, you just said, you're doing this. And you shifted, and I totally rewrote what I thought those older strategies meant, and yeah, made it something that works for me.
Right. I remember that call where you were getting into some minutia. And I thought, well, it's not about the minutia because anybody can do this. Remember that? And you were like, there was a beat where you were like, uh-oh. And then you were, uh-oh. And I thought, oh, yes, I'm calling this deep stuff. And you were very silent. I remember that. And then you just shifted and you went and got that 18K full pay client. And then another 18K full pay client, like what, a day later?
This was when I was on vacation too. That week I was on vacation in Mammoth with our new dog and my fiance. And yeah, like what I love about you is like you're both and that's actually the same vibe that I got from you that like really shifted my perspective. I used to think that, it has to look a certain way. And when we first had our first call, you were like making dinner. I remember like hearing you like in the kitchen. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. This is like really cool. And it gave me permission to like do that as well and have it be like a both and rather than either or. It's not like I have to go on vacation or be working. It's like everything is possible 100% of the time.
Right. And because you're like me, you love working, getting clients on vacation made your vacation even better. Right.
Totally. Best
Yeah.
vacation I ever had. Yeah,
Because,
totally.
because we love serving and we love getting new clients at any time because most people, even though they don't admit it, they love getting clients at any time. Now, it's so funny you said about the dinner because I do integrate. I know people have a stop I don't do that because I love working and talking with people. So if I'm making dinner, I'm like, well, I'm multitasking. I'm not like, no, I'm making dinner. But you're lucky because one of the clients signed up and I was actually chewing. And she was like, dang, this woman is eating while she's leaving me a voice message. And I thought, well, that was actually was quite rude, but I'd already been chewing. And I was kind of, I'm a very A type, so I do things right away. And I was like, no, I've got to answer that. And she said to her husband, they both signed up for my program actually. And she said, I said to my husband, dang, the woman is chewing on this voice message. She goes, we've got to loosen up a bit. And he's like, yeah. And then they signed up and they did loosen up. They gave themselves permission, which you did. Now, there was something huge that happened with you because you're always doing these wonderful lives in the private group. And what I noticed is that you even said, Jeanne said I'm allowed. I thought, well, you're allowed to do anything. You said, Jeanne said I'm allowed to celebrate my successes. And you said that a few times. Yeah. And I thought, of course you're allowed, but that was a shift for you, that you felt like you weren't allowed to celebrate your successes, like somebody's going to try to take it away from you or you're bragging. What went on there? That's fascinating.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for that. That's been one of the biggest shifts so far. And I actually had a breathwork session yesterday where like I really got to like the bottom of it and found that, throughout my years growing up, I was a competitive swimmer. And it was like my sister and I like always competing, and like if I beat her, then I'd feel like she would hate me. And if I didn't beat her, then I'd feel not good enough. So I had this like weird relationship with success. And it's weird because as soon as I felt like I accepted success and accepted celebrating and like, it's not good or bad, it just is, and I'm worthy no matter what. And like, I deserve to celebrate because I had, so much success and also when I'm not. And yeah, it's a really big shift because I feel like there's a better relationship with success. I feel like it's like, because it's not weird to celebrate, then I'm allowed to celebrate, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. And I noticed you said that and I thought that's the key is she needs to a little bit of self-love. And I truly believe
that's another thing too. Like I didn't even feel proud of myself for like a long time. Like, like I feel like I've had these big, big, big goals. And what I love is that like, 68K in sales, like that is something that you showed me is worthy of celebrating. Whereas old me would have been in my way of like, well, it's not 100K still. And like, I have to keep working. And so I feel like it's this new energy of like light and love on the path forward. And it's exciting. It's not like stress, am I going to make it? It's more like, I know what I need to do and I'm supported.
Great. Awesome. Because that's actually what I work with. I work with the beast energy, but also the letting go. And that people don't know that about me.
You can do both at the same time, which is crazy.
At the same time. There's actually 2 great trainings, by the way, in the guides of the group. If you haven't seen that, just FYI. Okay. So, so what do you love about the program? Because it's not just me. What do you love about it?
Yeah, well, I would say the reason why I signed up is totally because of like the one-on-one with you and like the leadership activation within me, because I have gone through many different leadership trainings. I even have been a coach in a leadership academy. And each time I'm kind of in that energy of like seeing what's being done, having it be modeled. That's really what I look for like shifting from the inside out. So I would say like anyone who's feeling like you probably know what you need to do, you're not doing it, you have mindset blocks that are keeping you stuck, you're plateauing your months, and you are wanting an internal shift as well as like huge simplification of what you've been doing, and you know exactly what you need to do every day, like this program's totally for you. So that's what I would recommend for people who may be in that situation.
Great. Okay. So we talked a lot about the mindset. So what about the strategy?
Yeah, the strategy, it's crazy how simple it is, you guys. Oh my gosh, anyone can do this. That's what I would say. I'm not going to give away your strategy, but like, it's crazy. I've been in other programs before where like things are so complicated and people are so overwhelmed about it. But yeah, the strategies are simple and they really work. So yeah, I'm super grateful for that.
It's interesting how simple things are, right?
I know. Yeah.
It's simple. You just
totally
boil it down and do the work, but there's also the mindset piece. Well, great. So if somebody were on the fence and said to themselves, why would I work with this woman and her team? What would you tell them?
I would say go for it. You literally have nothing to like lose except for like your own success. Like literally within, I think it was like 5 days, made the money back and then some. So it's totally an investment in yourself, and you get to trust yourself, because if you trust yourself and you trust your abilities to bring magic into the world with your business, then this is definitely the container that will support you in doing so.
Well, thank you for that. You know, you said something earlier. So listen to Coach Adrienne. You said something earlier about how you become a better coach and you're serving your clients better. Now, that's one of my big things is when I'm working with people. Yeah, sure. I want to get people to 20, 30, 40, 50, 100K months. But it's not just about that, because what people don't know about me is I'm actually a certified leadership coach. It's called Intelligent
Yes.
Leadership. So, and I put a lot of that, I infuse a lot into that. You're not buying into that, but you get it anyway. But what you said, that's the whole thing, is to become better at getting results for your clients while you're making money. So you have done that. And I'm so proud of you.
Yes. Yeah, it feels really good. Like my clients are getting better results and really stepping more into generosity. So when I saw how much you were supporting your clients and like how many clients you have, I was kind of like, whoa, I get to be doing more. And like out of my story of like what I have the energetic container to hold. And so, yeah, just simply from your modeling, like the 2 new clients that I signed last week, I was like, you know what, we're going to get you your money back in like 10 days. Let's do this. Like we're going to do everyday calls as a bonus for the first 10 days. And so they've been crushing it. And I also feel too, I really believe in modeling. So me modeling, going in and implementing is also me attracting spiritual business coaching clients that, you know, are coaches and healers that want to grow their business, and they're also coachable too. And yeah, the other thing too that you shared is like really just making your offers like completely irresistible. So some of the offers that have been selling really well are, you know, like a really big, like a year-long spiritual business container with a ton of breathwork for yourself and guest speakers and all the things you need, as well as the breathwork certification. So I've kind of been bundling things as I have the Breath of Gold business and the spiritual business coaching, and it's been going really well. And that kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's like both and, like I don't have to have one business, I get to have both and like feed them into it. Another really cool thing too has been the copywriting calls that are in your program, and the copywriting coach was able to like look at my webinar and shared with me like a lot of different things that I'd never learned before. So that was really cool.
Yeah, because he's amazing. And also our sales coaching coaches are fantastic. Yes, because we completely changed Adrienne's offer. I remember you were like, oh my gosh, I can do this. I love the way you say, I can, right? I'm allowed. I love that language. Okay, Adrienne, you're a rock star. We're not done yet. Adrienne and I, we have a lot more time left to create more success. And
Yes.
Adrienne, you're probably going to go into my 6-month mentorship after this. I have a platinum partners after the first 12 weeks. So this has been amazing. Thank you for turning up here. And let's go for your 100K month.
Yes, let's do it. I'm so excited.
Thanks for turning up, and watch out for the next client interview. Take care. Thanks, Adrienne.
Bye.
Bye.